Your Creative Push, episode 17.
Forget that doubt. Let's do this. We're gonna do this, man.
Hi there, Youngman Brown here, and today's episode is a continuation with my conversation with DTM, aka Daniel Flores. If you missed out on the first part of our conversation, that was yesterday. It was episode 16, which you can find at yourcreativepush.com/16 or yourcreativepush.com/DTM. So I highly suggest you check that out if you have not yet. But if you have and you're eagerly awaiting the second half, the conclusion of my awesome conversation with DTM, then I will shut up and get out of your way and let you listen. Here you go.
When you really care about something, when you really want this to be the thing that drives you, it's the doubt will creep in because you're not sure if it's going to be accepted the way you see it. You're not sure if others are going to get the point. You're not sure if others are going to judge it and say, you know what, this guy, he don't know what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. So yeah, those things are natural, and you want to divert that and say, I'll get to it. I'll try something else, and I'll do the things that I'm comfortable doing. And that comes with art, anyways, too. You get into a art technique, a drawing theme. For a long time, I loved skulls, and I was drawing skulls all the time, and I would paint or draw a new skull, and my immediate artist friends would say, yeah, but you did that already. And I'm thinking, but this one's different. Mm-hmm. And it's not. I'm just not trying. I'm not challenging myself. I'm not trying different things, you know. And my wife would say, you need to draw flowers. And I say, I don't like drawing flowers. And she says, but you have to try different stuff. You can't draw the same thing all the time. And that's it. It's a doubt. You get comfortable and you're like, you know, I could try to draw a flower, but it's going to look ugly because I'm not used to it. I never drawn those flowers like that. I never done those things. And the doubt comes into play. And you're like, no, but I'm more comfortable drawing a skull. I can draw a skull in 5 different poses in 5 minutes. That's it. That's my thing. You know, you get stuck in that thing that you know you're comfortable with, and you have to be able to push through and say, forget it, man. Forget that doubt. Let's do this. We're going to do this, man.
Yeah, you end up becoming a one-trick pony if you just do the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
And it's all about, you know, your friend that can just draw on anything. First, you have to, like, start doing it. You have to, like, force yourself to do it. Like, you got to treat yourself like a baby, almost set, like, a Google Calendar and be like, all right, for 30 minutes, I'm going to draw. I'm not going to think about, you know, anything else. I'm not going to think about my career as an artist. I'm not going to think about what this piece is going to eventually become. It's just, like, about kind of, like, doing the process. And I think once you treat yourself like a baby you don't even have to do it for that long. It just becomes, then you don't have to set a Google Calendar. You look forward to that time because it's a part of your daily routine. And then once you do that, you kind of, you know, you have that half hour or whatever you devote to doing it every day after you listen to this podcast or the Artist King podcast, of course.
Right.
And then once you kind of do that, it's just it's in your DNA then, and you're just making it a part of your life. And then eventually, yeah, you can just draw on anything. It's just drawing whenever. It's just something that you do. It's like muscle memory.
That's right. Let it become a habit. Build that habit. That was never a problem for me. I draw all the time. It's just I can't remember days where I did not draw something. You know, and every drawing is not a masterpiece. It's just practice. It's trying things out. It's exploring. You know, not every drawing am I looking for it to make money off of, even though that's my business. Mm-hmm. I have to earn through my art because I don't want to do anything else. But yeah, that every drawing is just a chance for you to be who you want to be. You know, that's who you want to be. You want to be the artist. You want to draw, don't you? You want to paint. Some things take more setup than others, like painting and acrylics and canvas. Whereas a piece of paper, you just grab it out and grab some pencil and you're done. But it's still, this is what you say you want. Find any little bit of time, chunk of time every now and then. And yep, put it in your calendar. Put it in your calendar because some people, I'm not fit. I'm not in shape. And there's some people who are dedicated to the gym, and it's like I've dedicated to my gym, and my gym is pencil and paper.
Yeah.
It's like nothing can drag me away from that unless it's a business job, food, maybe, or really social responsibility that I need to be somewhere. Other than that, I am immersed in the thing that I love to do. I love drawing. Tomorrow I'm teaching illustrator class. I teach at General Assembly here in Atlanta. I love teaching Illustrator. I could talk about Illustrator all day long. I've been using Illustrator for 15, 20 years. Of course, I didn't go to school. I didn't take any classes, but now I teach it. And it's like, that's what I love to do. They pay me for it, but even if you didn't, I still talk about it all day and show you some new stuff. This is what I love to do. This is what I want. I don't want to do anything else. And I tell artists, including my children, because they all have a little artistic talent, but they don't flex it. And I say to them, you can keep working and work a job if you want to, 9 to 5 and all that stuff, and that's fine to pay your bills. But I make money with my art. People pay me to draw. Imagine if you just drew all day,
Hmm.
sit around and draw, and then people just hang your money for it. Say thanks, Dan. So thank you. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. I mean, literally, I don't want to do anything else for pleasure. I don't want to do anything else for pay. This is it. This is it.
That's you're very lucky since you've been doing it, or you've kind of had the courage to like push through it, and when nobody else was kind of doing it, you kind of said, nah, that your stuff's not for me. I'm just gonna keep drawing. A lot of people don't though. That's why they're listening to this. So
Right.
what would you suggest to somebody who's listening who either A, wants to make it their job eventually, or B, just wants to do it as like a hobby?
The easy answer is don't give up.
Don't give up.
And but the long version of that is think about what you really want to do with your life. There's going to be a lot of people who say no, who's going to say, no, that can't be done. Oh, that's funny. You're never going to make it. And the biggest naysayers say there's no money in art. Artists are poor. And don't give up. When you hear those things, don't give up, because you got to think back into yourself and decide what you want to do with your life. What do you want to do? What is it that drives you? What makes you happy? Not all artists make art their business. I know artists who sell art, a few pieces of art a year, and they have full-time jobs. This friend of mine, he's been working for Coca-Cola for 20 some years, and he looks like he's not going to quit yet. And he does art shows and art events and paints and does commissions, but he doesn't depend on his art to make money and pay his bills. So some artists are like that. But what he is doing is continues to create. He continues to explore new ideas. He continues to crank out artwork and be an active artist in the art community. And that's where the don't give up comes in. It doesn't matter in which role you play in the art community. Doesn't matter what you're prepared to do or not prepared to do. That's fine. You're not ready to jump in and make art your full-time career. No problem. Nobody is forcing you to do it. Keep your day job. If you're happy, some people have great jobs and make lots of money, and you shouldn't lose that. But do this art thing and try it out at whatever level you want to do it. I just picked up some watercolor materials a few weeks ago, and I'm trying some watercolor stuff. I've always been scared of watercolors. I don't have any project ideas for these watercolors. I don't have any purpose for it on why I want to learn it. I'm just doing it. And lots of artists, you can be an artist. You can call yourself an artist, but just doing it. You're just trying it out. Buy some crayons. Say, look, I want some peace of mind. People are into coloring right now.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't draw, and they have these coloring groups and coloring meetings and stuff, and they sit down and color because it soothes the soul. It's very calming. And so I say to any artist who's looking at and listening to us and looking at art, at the art world, say you don't have to go all in. Just try it, but be open-minded and don't give up. because you're going to learn things about yourself. You're going to learn things about art. You're going to learn things about people. And that's going to further you ahead as a human being. Not even just an artist, but as a human being, as a person who cares about other people. And that in itself will give you the rewards. Now, if you find it addicting, if you find that you like your ego when somebody looks at your art and smiles, well, then you try a little bit more. If you find that your ego is easily bruised by people's judgment of your art, well, then that is something that you learn of yourself and decide what to do with it. And we, as artists, we grow thick skin. You have to be okay with the naysayers. You have to be okay with the people who want to put you down and put your art down. You can't have it one way where your ego stroked when everybody likes your work and then you're crushed. You have to accept both, and and you can't let your head get too big when somebody likes your work, and you can't get crushed every time somebody says they don't like it. And that's something that you learn of yourself. And as you go further and further into the arts and further into being around other artists and finding your way, as a person you grow, and as an artist, it may take you further into the art world and then find your way. If you want to get rich quick scheme, art is not the one.
Nope.
Even doctors make a lot of money, but they take 8 years minimum. So art is going to be that way. And not every artist is going to be a Van Gogh, is not going to be a Picasso in terms of art selling for millions of dollars. And it may not happen in your lifetime. And that's why you just want to try things out and see where it leads. Now, if you want to be smart about it, if you know that's what you want, that you want to have a plan so that art becomes your bread and butter, well, then of course, then now we have to put some thought into it and put some planning into it, find where the market is, where you fit in the market, and a whole bunch of things that come into play with that. So advice for those type of artists is find a mentor. Find a mentor in the art field. Find a mentor in the art field that you want to be in. There's some artists who have apprenticeships available to other artists to come and help work with them. Those are very, very valuable and hard to come by. And if the artist that you're looking to work with, who's in your city, in your town, who's very good at what he does not have an apprenticeship program, then you need to offer it to them and say, I'm willing to be your apprentice. I want to be your apprentice. I want to give you 2-3 hours of my time a week. I want to do what I can here and learn from you. And that becomes your mentor so that you can see what is this artist doing that's making his business of art successful, that I can learn, that I can take in and start applying it to myself. And that may mean a website, that may mean social media, that's going to mean challenging my skills to show the range that I have, telling a story with my art, little things like that you pick up from other artists. And until you tie yourself with an artist or find a group of artists to work with that you can learn from, you're not going to see those little things. And so if you want art to be your business, then find other artists who are in the profession, who are in the industry. If you want to be an animator, you need to befriend animators. You can go to school, you can go to classes and take classes, but if you already have skills and pick them up on your own, and then go find some animators you can talk to. You get out there and just try it. I think that's it. Don't give up and try it. Just get out and try anything. Try anything, no matter how bad it is. You're gonna fail at first, because everybody doesn't know all the answers. And starting out, you're not gonna know any answers. Just get out there and try it, man. Try it. Who knows? Then don't give up, because there's too many artists who I know I know too many people who tell me that they once used to draw. Yeah, I used to draw. I used to paint. And then somebody stole my sketchbook and I said, the hell with art. And I'm like, why? Your talent is awesome and you can't let that one thing bust you up like that. It's heart wrenching. But my brother used to lie to his girlfriend and say he drew what I was drawing. So I stopped drawing. I was like, yes, those are little things that happen in life, but man, don't give up. Try it out, man. Keep at it. Somebody's gonna steal your art. Somebody's gonna lift your art off your website and make prints out of it some part of the world, and you're gonna hear about it later, and you're gonna feel upset. That's just part of life. Don't give up. Don't give up.
And you gotta assume that there's gonna be so many more worse excuses to stop than getting your notebook stolen or whatever. So
Yes.
it's really important to push through that, because that's in hindsight that's going to end up not being a big deal, and it definitely is a shame, as you said, to let that stop you.
Yes. Yes. I have another story to go with that.
Yes.
I'm making your podcast super long, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, no worries. We'll split it into two. This has
Okay.
been very, very informative and so inspiring.
All right. Awesome. So when I first started my apprenticeship, the very first time at a tattoo shop, I was there 2 weeks. I was fresh out the Marine Corps, so I had told myself I was not going to let anybody yell at me anymore. And 2 weeks into that apprenticeship, the owner liked to yell at you, liked to yell at me. So I looked at her in the face, grabbed my stuff, and I walked out and never came back.
Yelling at you like you're being bad, or like just
I
like that you're not doing what she's saying, or
Yeah, that's how she likes to talk to people. She has changed now. She's getting older, but she liked to yell at people, telling them what's right, what's wrong, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. But she's
right.
yelling at you, and I didn't like that. So I came across a business card for another tattoo studio a week later, and I called them up and I said I want to check out your shop. And this is in the early days. I mean, there weren't that many shops. So he says, "Yeah, come on through." So I get there and I walk up to a house. It's in a neighborhood. It's a house, and I'm knocking on the door, and I'm wondering to myself, what kind of tattoo shop is in here? And a guy walks around the side of the house and, "Hey, come on this way." And I have to follow him down the driveway, which is downhill, into the basement. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to fight somebody if it's a little weird in here. So I walk in there, and lo and behold, his basement was an actual tattoo shop, like with art on the wall, tattoo stations, waiting room, everything. It was an actual tattoo shop. He had built it out. We were there for 6 months or so, and then we opened the actual walk-in location a few blocks down at a storefront. He actually opened a real tattoo shop after that, out of his house. And so I was there for another 6 months, and doing my apprenticeship. By then, I started doing real tattoos. And my brother-in-law, who was working there at the time, he wasn't my brother-in-law. He was just my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
We decided that we were going to change out all the artwork that was on the wall and make it our own artwork. So there's artwork when you walk into a tattoo shop. There's art that's been produced and created 50 years ago. And you look at an anchor and an eagle and say, "Yeah, I want that tattoo." And then they tell you a price. You sit down, you pay them, and they tattoo you the eagle and anchor that 100,000 other people have gotten in the last 50 years because that piece of artwork has been around for 50 years.
Right.
The panther, the Black Panther, the heart with a name. There's a bunch of tattoo art that's out there that's old. And so the tattoo shop owner, he had bought that artwork. It's for sale, available online everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided that we wanted to have our new artwork. We didn't want to keep doing the same old artwork. We wanted to do new artwork. So my partner and I, we drew out by hand a whole bunch of art, and we started changing the artwork on the wall. So within a month or so, all the art on the wall was ours. At least half of it was my artwork. Well, things did not turn out so well with the owner and I. I ended up having to walk out of there, and after an argument about how to run the business and the money I was making, so I grabbed my stuff and I was prepared to walk out. I was prepared to walk out, and I grabbed my stuff, and a couple people walked out with me because we had made an agreement that we were going to stand together to get our rights. And we walked out of there, and I had to leave behind my artwork on that wall.
Mm.
And it was a traumatic experience just in itself, because that was the place where I had done my apprenticeship for a year. That's the place that I had built up my skills and so on. But that artwork, and I thought to myself, it's okay, he can have it because I can draw more.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was the one thought in my mind. I can draw more, and what I'm going to draw next is going to be better. And that drives me to this day when I hear of somebody using my art, and it happens all the time. I get emails and texts and, "Hey Dan, somebody on their Instagram, just posted your drawing, and they said they did it. And it's like it's gonna happen. People are going to use your art. They're gonna misuse it. They're gonna appropriate it. They're gonna try to print it and sell it. And it's like I can't lose. None of that stuff is gonna take me down because I can't lose. I got much more. I got much more art left to do.
What a what a tragedy though. Like a year's worth of work kind of given, like
Yeah.
just to stand for what you believe.
Yes. You don't give up.
Yeah. Yeah, if he can continue after that, you can continue after somebody dislikes your YouTube clip or dislikes your Instagram post or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man. So would you say that was like your worst moment?
I say it's it's in the top. It's in the very top. Yeah, it's like I mentioned, there's many other times when I've heard of artists, other people selling my artwork, and it feels bad. It feels like someone is taking your baby. Someone is taking something that you created that came out of you,
Yeah.
and misusing it. And so yeah, those are those moments when you feel like this world is messed up, man. You know, what's wrong with people?
Yeah, it's just because it's so easy these days.
Yeah. Especially with the internet nowadays, like you can lift anything that anybody posts on any website, and so yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad, and I think it's good that it happened in my early years, so that I knew for sure that I had much better, more artwork coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's been what that was 1997, man.
Wow. You made it. Oh man.
That's right.
This has been awesome. This has been a great podcast. Could you what we like to do at the end here, and you've been doing it the entire hour now.
Oh, sorry.
But well, it's good. It's what the podcast is all about, but it's the final push, and it's where I ask you to reach through the microphone and grab that person that you've really inspired today already, that's just hanging on your every word, and just give them that push to just finally start doing that thing that's been on their mind.
No more excuses. If you want it bad enough, get out there. Try something. That's it.
Good. That's perfect. Beautiful. No more excuses at all. Just do it.
Yeah. It's life keeps rolling, man, and people have kids, people have families, people have responsibilities, mortgage, car payments. You know, I know artists who wait till they're retired before they get back onto creating their art or trying to show their artwork. And it's like, man, you have all the time in the world now, but you got to build up your career. You can't just come out one day, say, I'm an artist, here's my body of work, everybody love me. You know, you have to build it up. You have to create relationships. You have to meet people. You have to get around your town and your city, and people recognize you and know you. Like, oh, you're the guy who likes drawing skulls. I follow you on Instagram. Oh, awesome.
Not anymore. It's Flowers now.
That's right.
That was the old me.
Lilies and Azaleas. You're the guy who draws lilies and azaleas a lot. I'm like, yes, I am. You know, nice. And you don't have to have a real art career at that time. You can just draw the stuff all the time that you like and post it once a week.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention. Yeah. And the day that you're ready to jump out with both feet, that'll be the day that curator will connect with you and say, hey, you know what? We seen all your work. We want it all. Can we put it in the show? You know, we have collectors who are ready to buy that. You never know. Yeah. That's a dream come true scenario, but it's still, you have to build it out little by little. So don't wait. Don't give excuses. Don't let those excuses drag you down. Make it happen little by little.
Perfect. Daniel, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, brother, for having me. And I hope I didn't drag your podcast too long.
Oh, no, dude.
I will talk about art all day long.
And on that note, you can check out his podcast, Art is King. You can find that on iTunes. Also, your website, artisking.org or artisking_ATL on Instagram or Twitter. And as far as you yourself, your website's deltatangomike.com or also dacreativegenius.com. That's DA, creativegenius.com. On Twitter, at deltatangomike. Instagram, deltatangomike. Tumblr, Creative Genius. Anything else?
Yes. Connect with me, please. Anybody listening, just shoot me an email, shoot me a text, shoot me a Facebook message, tag me on something on Instagram. I love to meet new artists. I love to see new artwork. I love to hear about what other artists are working on, and I love to collaborate. So get in touch with me.
Hey, Daniel said you need to get out there and find a community and find other people, and he just gave you a personal invitation, so take advantage of that.
Yes.
Awesome. Daniel, thanks again, man.
Thank you, brother.
Such a great conversation I had with DTM, and so much value in there. You could go back and listen to it 1,000 times, but one of my favorite things that he said was, every drawing is a chance for you to be who you want to be. And I think that that's with any type of creative impulse, that things coming from somewhere, whether it's within you or within the universe or whatever it is. And I firmly believe that it's truly a mandate for you to do that idea. It's a chance for you to put aside all the other shit, just to put aside all that other shit and to just be you and present yourself to the world in another form. You're putting yourself into something else, and don't be scared of that. Just do it. Put yourself into that thing as fully as you can. And a lot of times it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of you doing it. You can just psych yourself out so much by the fear of what that will mean. Don't be scared of it. Just do it. Put the time in every day. Put the time in, do it, and it doesn't have to be a scary thing, and you'll have something that you can look back on, whether it's drawing or music or whatever it is. You know what it is. I don't have to tell you what it is. You already know what it is. You're listening to this for that reason. So just fucking do it. I'm sorry for saying it that way. Just do it. Take these words of advice and implement them into your life. Turn off the podcast and do your shit. Now I feel like I can curse a lot because I've already cursed once, and I already have to put the explicit thing on iTunes. So fuck it. Whatever. I'm done ranting, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much to DTM for coming on the show and giving us 2 episodes worth of material. I hope you guys were able to sink your teeth into it, and I really hope you got something out of it. So turn this off and pick up your pencils or pick up whatever it is that you want to do and get to work. I'd like to give a couple iTunes shout-outs. Todd Officer said, a big push for creatives. Great job on the podcast. Interesting and inspiring stories. Looking forward to more. Mother Jen said, great podcast. Keep up the awesome work. P. Maskell said, motivating. Great motivation and love the daily format. Every day is filled with inspiring content. The Marketing Book Podcast said, strengthen your creative muscles. Creativity involves breaking out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. It's also about not being afraid to fail. Listen to this great show and make creativity a way of life in order to succeed. And Harold Ree of This Is Paul Print said, Youngman's show is terrific. Artists and creatives are the greatest people, taking risks all the time and showing the roller coaster ride of the artistic process. Youngman is a great host who listens and understands what his guests are thinking and feeling. Thanks for your show. And thank you for those kind ratings and reviews. You're all entered into our contest where you can win $100, $50, or $25. And that ends tonight, so get those ratings and reviews in. You can go to yourcreativepush.com/contest to find out more. If you check out that section, you'll see that the drawing is supposed to be tomorrow, Saturday, but I'm actually going to have it on Sunday, just to make sure that all of the ratings and reviews go through before I draw them out of a hat. So you can look forward to that on Sunday to find out if you won. Thank you so much for listening. Next week we have a wide variety of interviews that I'm really looking forward to. So if you need that push, tune in next week. But for today, I hope that you were able to receive that push and get some work done. So have a great weekend, and I'll catch you on Sunday for the contest and then Monday for more episodes. Have a great weekend.